Hello, Circle of Night community. This lecture is going to be about Asia time models. First one being Damasu. Now, this is the Judas of the Asia session. Just as we see Judas for New York, Iscariot for the weekly session, Hoodwink for the yearly session, we know everything is fractal. Now, the Asia session has its own respective Judas. What does that imply? It has its own fake out move. Now, either just like Judas for New York, it creates a fake out move in one of the intervals, so we'll show examples of that, or it creates low resistance liquidity where the next time model, the next subsequent time model, in this case for Asia, it's going to be Osaka, takes out that liquidity. So if, for example, you see on Judas, the New York session, you see low resistance buy side being created, then model 11 does what? It purges into some higher time frame liquidity or higher time frame fair value gap, and then blast off. It takes out the engineered liquidity from Judas. Same thing for Asia. So if you see engineered liquidity for Damasu, you can expect Osaka to be higher probability. Now the time fib interval is going to be 0, which Asia begins at 18 military time, Eastern Standard Time, to the next fib level, which is 0.1125. And we're going to talk about the times and show many examples. Now, before I begin, you can use this and utilize it for futures, right? NQES. Some days of the week, they are going to have larger expansions, especially after a Newsday event for New York session. Let's say you have FOMC. The Asia session thereafter is going to be it's going to have a higher probability of volatility. And my suggestion is, instead of that, focus, if you are a trader of Forex or crypto, focus on Forex or crypto and the respective pairs, especially for Forex. So you're not going to be trying to trade the Euro USD during Asia session. Instead, you're going to be trading GPY because that is and has more liquidity throughout that time period. So this is the betrayer model of Asia. So this is the fake out, the betrayer, the deceiver. That's where the name comes from. And let's get to the examples. We're going to show many examples. Here we have the NASDAQ, and I simply want to portray the fractal nature. Although this is futures, and it was earlier implied that it's best utilized for Forex pairs in the respective currencies and or crypto, you can still use these Asia models on futures, such as NASDAQ or S&P, depending on if they have more liquidity throughout specific days of the week. But even so, here on a Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, as of this recording, this right here is where Damasu takes place, the deceiver, the betrayer. You can see just how Judas has this fake out move and goes back down. But if we were to dissect it, Asia open, military time 18, and Damasu ends at 1901, okay? For futures right here. What happens? Inner interval occurs, so 1807, we get that respective root candle that forms. There it is, the opening price. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Then price at that exact time starts pushing towards buy side. Surprise, surprise. What happens at the next interval? 1822. We see a move down. Exactly what happens at 1834 then? We start seeing time distortion. Chop, 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 chop. And it comes out the same level that it entered in that time interval. Okay? So the ask and the bid got turned on right there. Time distortion occurred. And this right here alone just shows the fractal nature. So imagine this was a weekly session profile. Iscariot, Aries, filled with blood, taking out any shorts. Ash Wednesday, distributing down. Icarus, time distortion. So now we're getting really, really fractal. Okay, obviously we're on the micro time frame. We're looking at just the beginning of Asia, and we're looking at Damasu. But this goes to show just how fractal everything can get. And obviously you need the right numbers. There it is. And we'll look at a couple of other examples on NASDAQ, so you know we're not cherry picking here. But that respective root candle, as mentioned, 1807, what happens at the end of Asia? Just like 953, price goes all the way back to that candle. London open, boom, pushes back to it. Surprise, surprise, right? Let's look at a different example. So as mentioned, if you see engineered liquidity, obviously you're going to need some analysis on the higher time frame. So you're not just going to focus solely on this, right? Just like Judas, you're not just going to focus, okay, there's engineered buy side, time too long for model 11. In this case, Osaka and Damasu right here. That's not the case. You're still going to need to analyze the higher time frame, and you're still going to have to analyze and utilize open, high, low, close, and or the concepts we teach in the book or in the community. But nevertheless, it's the same idea. So price is technically bullish. We have a new day opening gap, and maybe we have some sort of inefficiency that we're observing. Maybe there's an SMT here. But the main focus I want to portray here is two things. The root candle forms at 1807, opening price. What happens thereafter? Price is struggling to close above it. Okay? You see that, right? Does slow slightly here, but we're seeing chop, chop, chop. It's not time yet. It's not time yet. I want to make sure you guys understand that. It's not time yet. And then it closes above during Osaka, the time model here. So in order to distinguish this, let me just draw a square here. This is Damasu, and this is Osaka. It extends further out. So here, what's occurring? We just talked about the root candle, but what's the second aspect? Engineered liquidity, okay? And if we are on the higher time frame bullish, then for the subsequent model, in this case Osaka, we can expect an injection of volatility at a specific time. 1916 hits. We're expecting a move up. 1949, the next inner interval for Osaka. Price starts to stagnate. And then this has its own respective root candle, but nevertheless, price just starts pushing until Nagasaki occurs. And then we start seeing a move down, and then London. Nevertheless, the main point for this example is engineer liquidity. And you can expect, if you see this, as we talk about in other time model lectures, if you see time distortion, if you see chop, you know the numbers, you know the times, do not be afraid. All you have to do is wait for the next time model, right? So the same thing here. Imagine if we zoom out and this is the weekly session now. Again, Aries, Ash Wednesday. What can you expect for Icarus then? Expansion, right? It's the same thing. But now we're just looking at Damasu and Osaka here. Now let's look at a couple of Forex examples. Here we have JPY and the Euro currency pair. Now, let's analyze before we actually look at Damasu, right? Because that's more important than just focusing on one single time model. Before, time is there to tell you when to expect volatility, when to expect chop. And it's on your side for that reason. But you still need to understand price. They go hand in hand. So we got to analyze what's occurring here in the higher time frame. Price has been bullish. We're looking for long opportunities, okay? What gets left up here? Equal highs, okay? So that's our main target. Now let's say here, there's an SMT with a different currency pair. Okay, great. We're looking for bullish opportunities. At this point, right here, I'd be looking for a fair value gap, a BISI on the higher time frame, whether it's the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frame, okay? Then at that point, let's say We're looking at a 5-minute fair value gap right here. Price then does what at specific times for JPY and Euro? We're now again in Damasu territory, the betrayer, and it's clearly doing a false move. Price is pushing past this consolidation phase, and it starts going back down. To what? Below the root candle, 1807. And then to that fair value gap that we drew. But notice the time here, 1822. What happens? Price decides, you know what? It's time to go towards those equal highs. I think it's a good time to do so. Surprise, surprise, algorithmically. And it just starts pushing. Then price slightly goes back down again to this root candle right here. Although we're observing the open, we can still observe the entire candle here. Notice price wicks to it. But what happens here exactly at 1834? Price starts moving very, very quickly all the way towards those relative equal highs. And then we find ourselves in Osaka territory. So here was a perfect long opportunity. We're now in Osaka, and price is pushing towards those equal highs. It tags those equal highs, and then slightly starts pushing again. And now we're at the next interval for Osaka, and price decides, you know what? It's time to go back down. Okay, that's a different model, but it just goes to show the timing of everything. So this is a perfect example of the false move for Damasu with JPY Euro. So here's an example of a false move that leads towards sell side, right? We've been looking at buy side opportunities. New Zealand dollar and the Japanese yen. But notice the timing again of everything. So here we have price creating some resistance towards maybe a higher time frame inefficiency. There's a fair value gap here. Price cannot push past that. So then Asia Open occurs. Boom, large move down. Okay, well maybe if there's an SMT here with a different currency pair, we should be looking for shorts. How do you exploit the fact that you have Damasu on your side and time on your side? Well, again, we're getting really fractal, so these candles are not going to be the most appealing, but I still want to show you how you can exploit these time models for entries. So again, price at Asia starts moving down. The next interval, it starts pushing back up to what? Premium of the respective root candle. There it is, the opening price, right? So anywhere here, you're going to look for shorts if the higher time frame analysis is telling you to do so. You can go about it many different ways. Maybe you're just using that CIBI up here. Maybe you're using open, high, low, close. So you wait for the 5-minute to give you an entry and confirmation that it's going to the sell side. Or maybe you're an inversion trader. You wait for that fair value gap to invert right here. Whichever style of price you want to utilize, go ahead. But time is telling you at exactly what moment to expect that reversal or injection of volatility. 1822 hits. What happens? This price starts going back down. What happens when price slightly retraces back up to this CIBI here? This one right here. Maybe you missed that entry. You get an entry here, and you expect that 1834 price to start going your way. And there you go. That's one example. Then we get Osaka down here. Price is going down, down, down. And then between the 0.36 and 0.5625 time fibs, yet again, we get what? Time distortion. And then move back up thereafter. Very funny, right? I know. But let's look at a different example. So here we have Bitcoin. As of this recording, as of this date, this is the start of Asia. And this entirety is Asia, right? And it's still happening right now. But I want to show again two things. Just how these time models integrate with each other. And again, how 1807 for Damasu is being utilized just like 953 for the New York session. So it gets formed here. It engineers buy side here at 1834 on a Sunday. It's the same time for Bitcoin. They decide to distribute towards buy side. Osaka model then occurs. This is Osaka. And it goes towards buy side. Then what happens? The next time model, Kyoto, occurs. And what happens? We get distribution down. Then what happens there? Nagasaki. Because we saw such large volatility, I would not expect large movement for Nagasaki in this case, okay? And it's happening live right now. But you see how price is going towards the respective root candle by Nagasaki. If I were to show you the intervals for Nagasaki as well as Kyoto, you can see the moves there. But nevertheless, the main point is Damasu, how it starts everything. It engineers buy side, hits a higher time frame PD array, maybe on the 15-minute, there's an order block here, or there's a higher time frame fair value gap here. And then what happens? 1834 hits. It's underneath the root candle. It's in discount. Time is telling you when to expect a reversal, when to expect an injection of volatility. You simply do a small long if you're a crypto trader, stop below that low, and you target 50% of the range, or maybe some other target that you are looking for, right? This and time models in general give you entry portals. That's what they're there for. They tell you when to expect scenarios. So then we look at Damasu over here. Bitcoin engineers some slight buy side here, low resistance, right? Starts going down. Root candles right here. We're in discount down here. Price is bullish up here. What happens at the end of Damasu? 1901. Starts going towards buy side. Okay? And then Osaka occurs, and we get a move down. Kyoto occurs. We get a market maker model here, buy model. Nagasaki. And then London thereafter. But it's always the same. It's just like New York Judas. It's just like Iscariot weekly session. It's just like Hoodwink yearly session. You just need the right numbers, and these are the numbers for you. Now do your best, and I look forward to the next lecture. God bless.